When I look back through my childhood, there's one staple that remains, and that was playing mobile games on my tablet. Whether it be getting to the next level on Angry Birds or raging about Geometry Dash, I certainly played a lot of games back in my day. And that's why in today's video, I'll be recreating 8 of the most popular mobile games of all time. So without further ado, let go. Now for the first game, we have Flappy Bird, a staple to OG mobile gaming and definitely a titan of its time. Flappy Bird was a simple game where you just tapped on the screen to try to fit the little Flappy Bird through the green pipes. Now for the build, this was going to be a challenge because not only do I have to do the pipes that are on the ground, which is pretty easy, I also have to do ones in the sky. So I got building, and this is how it turned out. Honestly, I really like how this build turned out. That's right, I did use a Minecraft chicken for the little Flappy Bird, but I think it looks cute. And then the color scheme of the build also turned out really nice. But my favorite part that I was able to complete was having the pipes in the sky and the ground. I was able to accomplish this build by having this clear piece that fit in between these two bricks here, and I honestly really like the design of how this one worked out. It's a great first build to have, and it's on to the second game. Now the second game is going to be one of 3 running games, and this one is Minions Run. If you guys don't know at all what this is, just think of Subway Surfers or Temple Run, because those will be coming later in the video. Now, instead of collecting coins like your typical runner, they collected bananas. So let's get building. And well, here's how this one turned out. It's a very skinny and slim build, but I really like it. Of course, we have all the minions here, including this one that has a big back. And then yeah, here is the build. It is pretty simple. It includes the bananas, of course, not just yellow ones though. I also did a gold one and then one with no peel. I wonder what happened there. Yeah, I accomplished this building technique by actually just sliding the bricks into place there, and it's honestly very satisfying. Another really fun build onto the third game. And the third game here is probably one of the most iconic ones because it is Angry Birds. And actually, if you didn't know, Lego used to make Angry Birds sets, but they were based off the movie. So I'll be trying to go more based off of the game this time around. Let's get building. And well, here it is. Now there's several pieces to go through here for this little build, but you got the slingshot, which is of course where the Angry Birds got launched off of. I even included a little rubber band here, but as you can tell, it doesn't really work. So instead, I decided to do the good old-fashioned way and set up the build to then just destroy it by the strength of my arm. Holy. And the reason why these builds are so easy to break is because this is how I built them up. It's just bricks with smoothed off tiles or just one jumper plate. And that's how you get an Angry Birds build done. I honestly really like this one. Here's the 2 Angry Bird figures I used, of course. The bomb bird was always my favorite one. But on to the 4th game. And we got Minecraft Pocket Edition, of course. Minecraft needs no explanation, so let's just get building. And well, here it is. This is a fun little set actually, not a custom build this time around. And it includes Steve, a pig, and a zombie. It's this cool little biome that has some grass and some sand and even a little bit of water. It's a really fun build, probably for a little kid. And it even includes this cool play feature where you can make the grass explode with a TNT block. I do like how this build turned out, but because it is an official set, I don't like it, of course, as much as mine. So let's move on to the 5th game. And like I had mentioned earlier, we have Subway Surfers. Now this one, I had a lot of anticipation because it was one of my favorite games as a kid, and I really wanted to be able to make the Subway Surfer guy and cop out of Lego. So let's get building. And well, here's how it turned out. This build is one of the bigger ones of the video, and it was really fun because I got to build all 3 train tracks that actually turned out decently well. And then of course all those coins. I really like how I got the angle for those ones. It's the same building technique I used for the Minions Run. Of course, we have a few hurdles that the Subway Surfer guy has to jump over. And then I also included this train that pretty easy because it's literally just a whole bunch of blue bricks stacked together, but it gets the job done because this is not the main focus. The figures are of course the main focus. So here's the Subway Surfer guy. I really like how this one turned out. I mean, side by side, I think it's probably one of the most accurate minifigures of the video. And then of course here's the cop as well. Now sadly I didn't have a guy with a big brown mustache, but this guy looks pretty grumpy and he has a gray one. So let's just imagine the cop is a little older. Hey! But with the minifigures all done, this is how the whole build turned out, and I really like it. Probably my top 2 of all the 8 builds in the video, but you guys can tell me in the comments below which one is your favorite. Now on to Game 6. Game 6 is Plants vs. Zombies. Now this one hasn't officially been made in LEGO before, but I've seen other YouTubers do their own spin on this, so I knew I had some competition. And well, with all the building complete, here's how it turned out. Now, sadly, the zombies do not look the greatest. I mean, look at these guys. I just used the crocodile heads from Chima. I know, I'm sorry. But I didn't have any actual good zombie heads. But I will say, my plants turned out okay. But my favorite part was the lawnmowers. Those actually turned out pretty well. And if you're wondering what are those tan slopes, well, they're supposed to be those big potatoes. So let's quickly move on to the second to last game, Game 7. And Game 7 is Geometry Dash. Now, despite what I said earlier, I actually did not like this game that much as a kid, mostly because I was pretty bad at it. But I mean, what is the big deal with this game, guys? But I knew it was a classic game, so I had to build it. And well, this is how it turned out. I just made a little obstacle course with a few cheese slope wedge pieces to make the spikes, and then a few blocks to stack up towers, and then also one of those like circle bouncy things or whatever. I honestly think this one did turn out pretty accurate to the game. We even got the little iconic yellow cube there jumping around on the course. And yeah, it turned out good, and in my opinion, better than the game. But on to the final build, and the one that I've been most excited to show you guys because it is Temple Run. Temple Run is probably the best runner game out of all the ones I've mentioned so far. So let's get building. And with this build complete, here is the Temple Run build. Now the bridge turned out fantastic in my opinion. I really like the aspect of having all those little gold tokens or coins that the runner had to get. And then here is the actual Temple Run guy. I think he looks pretty accurate to the game. I actually thought he had like brown hair or something, but turns out he has orange hair. And then I can't forget the monster that's chasing him. So I built it up. This is maybe the weakest part of the build. I think it turned out okay. And then here is the bridge. One highlight I wanted to show of this build is how I made the floor for the bridge. As you can see here, it's actually a whole bunch of brick pieces on their side and then wedged into place there. It's almost like the Minions build, but on steroids, and I think this one also turned out very satisfying. With all the builds now complete, guys, you can let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. My favorite probably is the Temple Run or Subway Surfers one, but let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you go watch one of my previous ones, whether that be the Christopher Nolan movies made out of Lego. That was really fun to make, or one of my other options, because I have a lot of fun ones there. And one that I know didn't get many views, restoring my best friend's Lego collection. That was really fun because it's not actually building videos. I was cleaning and restoring a Lego Star Wars collection with some super insane sets. So go give that a watch. But guys, thank you for watching. Remember, as always, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.